Salmonella poisoning is most often associated with the following source. A. Undercooked eggs and poultry. B. Pasteurized milk. C. Frozen butter. D. Handmade bread. The correct answer is A. Undercooked eggs and poultry. Salmonella poisoning is most often associated with undercooked eggs and poultry products. While raw milk can be a source of salmonella poisoning, pasteurized milk is not a source within the expiration date. Of the bacteria listed, which one is commonly linked to cooked rice? A. Listeria monocytogenes. B. Bacillus cereus. C. Staphylococcus aureus. D. Toxoplasma gondii. The correct answer is B. Bacillus cereus. Bacillus cereus is the bacteria most commonly linked to cooked rice. What pathogen is the greatest risk found in raw chicken? A. E. coli. B. Salmonella. C. Hepatitis A. D. Norwalk virus or norovirus. The correct answer is B. Salmonella. Salmonella is the greatest risk found in raw chicken. Salmonella is a bacteria associated with poultry and egg products causing nausea, diarrhea, abdominal pain, fever, headache, chills, and prostration. To prevent this pathogen from becoming a risk in your restaurant, cook the chicken thoroughly, avoid cross-contamination, and use sanitary practices. The presence of microorganisms is a form of A. Chemical hazard. B. Biological hazard. C. Physical hazard. D. Potentially hazardous food. The correct answer is B. Biological hazard. Microorganisms are a form of biological hazard. Since microorganisms are of a biological nature, they fit into the category of biological hazards. The danger zone for biological growth in food is defined as A. 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. B. 36 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. C. 41 degrees Fahrenheit to 135 degrees Fahrenheit. D. 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. The correct answer is C. 41 degrees Fahrenheit to 135 degrees Fahrenheit. The danger zone for biological food contamination is defined as the temperature range of 41 degrees Fahrenheit to 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Within this temperature zone, harmful bacteria, viruses, and pathogens can grow within a food and reproduce. For this reason, it is important to limit the amount of time you keep a food in this range to a minimum. Foods that have a pH of 4.6 or above are considered A. Acidic foods. B. Potentially hazardous foods. C. Pickled foods. D. All of the above. The correct answer is B. Potentially hazardous foods. Potentially hazardous foods are foods with a pH of 4.6 or above. Foods below this pH are not considered a hazard since the pH is too low for any food pathogen to survive. Examples include soda and vinegar. Bacteria, viruses, parasites, and mold are all causes of foodborne illnesses. What is the other cause of foodborne illnesses? A. Inherently poisonous foods. B. Foods with common allergens. C. Toxic contamination. D. All of the above. The correct answer is C. Toxic contamination. Contamination by chemicals or other toxins is the final source of foodborne illnesses after bacteria, viruses, parasites, and mold. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration lists chemical contaminants, metals, natural toxins, and pesticides as the primary causes of non-pathogenic foodborne illnesses. Natural toxins are generally a byproduct of food processing techniques and do not include toxins associated with inherently poisonous foods, such as some species of mushrooms or fish. Allergies are immunological conditions that are triggered by allergens, but allergic reactions are not considered a foodborne illness. Foods that are left in the danger zone for more than 4 hours are most often associated with which type of foodborne illness? A. Clostridium perfringens. B. E. coli. C. Salmonella. D. Norovirus. The correct answer is A. Clostridium perfringens. Clostridium perfringens is the type of bacteria most of associated with foods that have been left in the danger zone for more than 4 hours. It is often referred to as the cafeteria germ since many outbreaks are associated with food sitting in food steamers for more than 4 hours. To reduce the chance of this bacteria from becoming a problem, make sure to limit the amount of time a food spends in the danger zone. Jaundice, yellowing of the skin and eyes, is a sign of what foodborne illness? A. E. coli. B. Norovirus. C. Hepatitis A. D. Salmonella. The correct answer is C. Hepatitis A. Jaundice is a sign of hepatitis A, which can cause damage to the liver. Cold cuts and sandwiches, raw vegetables and salads, raw or undercooked shellfish, and iced drinks are commonly implicated in outbreaks. Of the following listed food pathogens, which one is most often associated with the consumption of undercooked or raw seafood? A. Vibrio vulnificus. B. Norovirus. C. Hepatitis C. D. Aspergillus. The correct answer is A. Vibrio vulnificus. Vibrio vulnificus is the pathogen most commonly associated with foodborne illness when compared to the above list. Symptoms include diarrhea, stomach pain, and vomiting lasting 2 to 8 days. May result in a blood infection or death to those with a weak immune system. The 3 categories of food contaminants are best described as A. Chemical, biological, and physical hazards. B. Human, microbial, and viral hazards. C. External, internal, and customer hazards. D. Chemical, customer, and staff hazards. The correct answer is A. Chemical, biological, and physical hazards. The 3 categories of food contaminants are chemical, biological, and physical hazards. All hazards found within a restaurant environment can be placed into these 3 categories, so it is important to think of all 3 categories when making food safety decisions. Foods that have a water activity of 0.85 or above are considered A. Hazardous foods. B. Potentially hazardous foods. C. Spoiled foods. D. Do not need to be refrigerated. The correct answer is B. Potentially hazardous foods. Potentially hazardous foods are foods that have a water activity of 0.85 or above. This critical value of water activity indicates that a food is susceptible to foodborne pathogens. Therefore, any food above this limit should be given special care in a restaurant environment. Special care includes refrigeration, limiting the amount of time in the danger zone, and marking these foods with the date of entry into the restaurant. The pathogen most associated with undercooked beef, especially hamburger, is A. Norovirus. B. Salmonella. C. E. coli. D. Hepatitis A. The correct answer is C. E. coli. E. coli is the pathogen most often associated with undercooked beef. Of particular concern is E. coli 0157, H7, a powerful strain of E. coli which is among several strains of E. coli with negative consequences for many specific groups. To avoid E. coli from becoming problematic within your restaurant, make sure to avoid cross-contamination and cook beef to a well-done temperature. Which of the following is an example of a physical hazard found in food? A. Chicken bones. B. Pesticides. C. Mold. D. Cleaning agents. The correct answer is A. Chicken bones. Chicken bones are a source of physical hazards found in food. The remaining answers are examples of chemical and biological hazards. Which of the following is a chemical contaminant? A. Detergent. B. Glycerol. C. Unwashed vegetables. D. All of the above. The correct answer is A. Detergent. Detergent is considered a chemical contaminant. While detergent is often used in dishwashers and at the pot washing station, when it comes to consuming food, having a chemical detergent present in the food is certainly an example of a chemical hazard. Glycerol, also known as glycerin or propanotriol, is a non-toxic artificial sweetener, so it is not a contaminant. Unwashed vegetables may have residual pesticides on them, but they are more likely to harbor biological contaminants such as disease. The two categories of microbial-induced foodborne illness can be described through the following two terms. A. Intoxication and contaminant. B. Infection and intoxication. C. Contaminant and expulsion. D. Expulsion and intoxication. The correct answer is B. Infection and intoxication. Infection and intoxication are the two categories of microbial-induced foodborne illness. Intoxication refers to the chemical byproducts produced by microorganisms which can get you sick, while infection refers to the penetration of microorganisms into the body through the digestive tract.